So Owen Oakley is my pen name. My real name is Alicia Spears Smith. If you can't tell, I have a southern accent. I'm from Mississippi. My husband, he's a Marine, so we were relocated here. And so pretty much this is my fourth novel. I have three, A Queen Among Kings, The Utilitarian, and The Legends and Myths of the Demigoddess. So I primarily write fiction. I don't have a set genre that I write in. It's pretty much whatever I'm motivated to write. Crime and drama, big fantasy, African American, general fiction, and thriller and suspense. I don't too much like suspense, so I kind of just muddled my way through the second one, but it's still pretty good. So, but this one now is my favorite one because I am a big fan of Mob, The Sopranos, Goodfellas, and things like that. But my only thing was, I was like, okay, so they have all these men in the mafia, so I wanted to do a woman being in the mafia. So pretty much it's taking place in Jersey. She went down the straight path because her father, he pretty much was a hitman for the mob, so he tried to keep her on that straight and narrow line. But of course she got pulled into it, the sins of the father basically. But I'm going to read you a little passage. Bear with me because I am extremely nervous. You wouldn't be hiding from me now, would you? I stiffened, and suddenly I couldn't swallow the massive lump formed in my throat. The voice was low and rugged, and it was hard to mistake for anyone else. Dominique Rousseau, a man I grew up with until I would turn 16. After that, my father wanted me to have nothing to do with him or his brother. My head slowly turned to my left and locked eyes with someone I thought I'd never see again. I was so engrossed in my own thoughts that I missed him sneaking up on me. He had the same skill my father had, light footsteps and sleek movements. In their line of work, I would imagine they needed it and something they benefited from. Whoever their target was wouldn't know what hit them. He stood there patient as his eyes bore into mine. His gaze traveled down the length of my body, causing me to shiver. He still looked the same, only his hair was longer, shoulder length pulled back in a messy bun. His dark brown eyes shone brightly against his naturally arched brows and thick lashes. Dominique was over 6 feet tall, and his body was toned but lean. Everything about him screamed danger, from his leather jacket and dress slacks down to his full beard. The once quiet and reasonable Dominique was now a bad boy. The guy's parents warned their daughters about and prayed they never brought home. I was older now, but seeing his persona and appearance still sparked a thrill in me. His presence was commanding as it was addictive. No, I just stepped out for a bit of fresh air. I've been in court all day, I said with ease, keeping my breath from hitching. The statement wasn't a lie, but it didn't scream the truth either. He surveyed me with those calculating eyes until they flickered to the movement behind me. Another man twice as big but short and bald, along with the skinny guy, blocked my path that led to the alley and would have been my getaway. There was nowhere left to go. Come with me, he said, but before leaving he added, it's not a request. Something I already knew, and I wouldn't be doing myself any favors by resisting. After leading me to the front with his two goons closely behind us, I noticed there were only a black SUV and a motorcycle. While I pieced together which belonged to who, I silently prayed for a miracle. So I do have these over here. Unfortunately, A Queen Among Kings is sold out. I'm sorry. But my website is www.owenoakley.com. I also sell herbal teas, loose tea bags, all of that. So it's all on my website. So check me out, please. Thank you.
That's right.
I wasn't quick enough. Well, it's Italian.
She got an answer first.
Well, she is mixed. Her father is 100% Italian. Her mother is African American. Yeah, so it's kind of that. Yeah, it's that kind of that conflict of interest type thing where he couldn't get, made into a made man because he had a lot of other stuff going on. So, yeah, now yeah.
How did you come up with this idea in Mississippi?
Look now. Look now.
That's right.
Yeah, like I said, Goodfellas, that's my movie. I know that movie back and forth. I love that movie, but everything that we see about the mob and the mafia is portrayed through men, being a made man and things like that. And I wanted to do it from a woman's point of view. Pretty much all of my novels contain women as the main character. They're not wimpy, they're strong, independent women, and they're amazing. And then pretty much I take my time with character building and putting everything I have into building a concrete main character woman.
Do you put yourself there first, and these are all used in these books?
In every character, main character, there is a little piece of me, as if it's the attitude, the caring side of them, whatever, it's a little piece of me in every one of my characters. See, you doing this?
It's ticking. Because I know I berated the educator. Look.
Yeah, it kind of didn't have anything, like, it kind of reminds me of something like, what's that guy name that's doing the Harlem? What's that one? No.
Godfather of Harlem?
Yes.
Yeah. So I love all of that. I know that's kind of weird for all of the violence and all of that, but I mean, it's just that gritty underbelly type thing where we kind of turn our heads, but in the back of our heads, we know that it happens. People want to try to say the mob is like, yeah, it's imaginary, but yeah. So yeah. Who? This one? Yeah, she's gonna be a big deal. This is actually a trilogy, so this is just getting started. I'm sorry if you read it. I leave you with a major cliffhanger. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm in the works. I'm trying. I'm writing as fast as I can. But it's just one of those things where she didn't choose this life. She's an attorney. She didn't choose this life. She was sucked into it. She didn't have any other choice. But at the end, it's like she flipped the script. So yeah.
How long have you been writing?
I have been writing. I took an interest in writing when I was in the 3rd grade. By 6th grade, I won first prize in the writer showcase with a crazy short story that my mom would not let me live down to this day.
So you said you're going to tell us?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Which mom's number? Y'all heard that, right?
So actually, I was in the 6th grade when I wrote it. They didn't tell us that it was actually, we were competing, in the writer showcase. It was more like, okay, this is the writing assignment. Use your imagination. Come up with something great. So I sat there and I was like, okay, whatever. So I just put together this car name. One headlight, beat up, something other Willie, and it was a car that was going around killing people. Listen, I was in the 6th grade. I kid you not. Yes, it was a car. Yeah, it was beat up. It was a wreck. It was like tore up. It was a messed up car. Yeah, and so I didn't even know until they pulled me out of class and the Meridian Star was there and took my picture and told me, congratulations, you won first prize. And I was like, wow. So, and I started, indulging more into the short stories, which I still love my short stories.
So that sounds like you should write this up as a short story.
Yeah.
You talk about cliffhangers, you left one with this car that's going around.
Look, I can tell you this. At the end, they still haven't caught him. He's still out there on the loose, So, these one headlights, you never know, that might be Willie. So, Look, I don't know where he's at. He's still down south. He's still in Mississippi cruising,
And you ain't want to sit in the chair.
I did.
Yeah, right?
I thank you. The Lord spoke through you and gave me that push because I think I would have regretted that. So thank
Good,
you.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you were persistent. You pretty much forced me into the church. Yeah, she was like, yeah,
I might be in her book. I might be in her book.
You don't ride a black car,
I got a couple.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.